his campaign is raffling off a visit to his home right here in beautiful Chicago on his birthday. Sabrina Schaefer says it could be more proof the president is not getting the gifts he used to get. What do you get for this tour of the home? Is it just a tour of the home? Are either the Obamas in it when you visit or what?
I think that's actually not even clear right now what's going to happen. Is there going to be a celebration? Is the president going to be there? The president himself hasn't been there for a few years. So I think it's unclear. I think what's interesting, because the campaign is getting pretty good with some of these gimmicks. I'm sure some of your viewers heard about the recent fundraising gimmick where they asked brides and grooms to register with Obama 2012. I thought that one was pretty creative. But I think what it suggests is that the president is hurting for support and hurting for campaign dollars.
What happened, though, Sabrina? I mean, with all of this money he started the year taking in, it was going to be the billion-dollar man. He might end up still being the billion-dollar man. Mitt Romney's raising a great deal of money, maybe more than the president. But it's certainly, even if you raise only $1 billion and the other guy raises, let's say, $1.2 billion, I have no idea, it's not as if $1 billion makes you a pauper. What happened?
Well, I think all of us are still in that 2008 mindset where the president was, candidate Obama was sort of awash in money and they were spending it left and right. But now in June, Governor Romney brought in $106 million, while President Obama brought in $46 million and spent $58 million. So that is not a story, not a precedent they want to set, not a narrative they want to be getting out there, that the president is somehow not able to balance the budget of his own campaign, especially when we're dealing with a national debt that's swelling to nearly $16 trillion. I think that is not a message that the campaign wants the American people to hear.
But is it unusual for a candidate at this stage to outspend what he's taken in for a month or two before he really fires on all, spending cylinders, all money-raising cylinders?
I think it wouldn't be the same issue if his disapproval numbers were not almost 50%, if unemployment wasn't over 8%, if the president wasn't out there putting down, small businessmen. I think the fact is that he's having trouble sort of shoring up his base, and the dollars are an exact sign of that. So I don't think anybody would necessarily be paying as close attention to it if it weren't for the fact that he's having trouble in the polls as well.
What about that base? I mean, we thought the gays were really pouring money in after the gay marriage thing. Those who really championed the health care thing after the Supreme Court decision started giving money. Right. It sounds like what you're saying, all of that was short-lived.
I think it is. I think ultimately, President Obama is not able to deliver on the #1 issue, which is jobs and the economy. And for that, he's hurting. And I think the campaign is feeling it. And, to give them some credit, they're being creative and trying to bring in new dollars. But ultimately, it might not be enough to really sort of shore up the presidency in November.
All right, Sabrina, thanks as always.